Hi, two videos in the one day. My name's Brie and this is the Green Eyed Girls Reads YouTube channel. I just made a video with some of my 2014 reading resolutions, very rambly, and it got really long and I didn't get to do a quick overview of my January book haul, which wasn't actually meant to happen yet because I do have a to be read challenge, a to be read pile challenge for 2014 in which I meant to read 5 books off my to be read list before I purchase a new book. But on the weekend I was at a friend's wedding in Bendigo, which is another rural town in Victoria, and I found this really amazing secondhand bookstore, and I was only in there for a short while and I still ended up coming out with 3 books. But, well, one of them's one that I wanted to read for ages, one of them is branching out into a new, well, I think it's literary fiction, and I haven't really bought any contemporary literary fiction in quite a while, and one's a classic and it didn't cost very much money, so yeah. And I also have one book which I ordered in December, so it doesn't necessarily get me into trouble, and it's art, so it's not really a to be read as much as a coffee table book. Also, I realised that I didn't kind of explain in my to be read challenge, it's not just 2 shelves, there's 4 shelves. No, 3 shelves, gosh. 3 shelves, 3.5 shelves of books that I haven't read, not including the fact that I have some of my uni texts over there that I never got around to finishing, and I thought it would be good to finish this year. So 2014, the to be read year. Anyway, stop waffling, Brie. So, let's go through my January book haul, gosh. And then I have to go off and do other stuff. So, here we go. The first book, which is kind of daggy, but I really like it, is Mushroom Botanical Art. So it's from the same company that I got the George Barbier book that I had in my December book haul, and it's literally just full of illustrations. How does it show so many? Yes, of different fungi and mushroom art. I have had a fascination with this type of botanical drawing since my, I can't remember what that subject was called. Anyway, in my first degree I did a major in botany, even though I can't keep a plant alive to save myself. And we went through all of the history of when the first illustrations appeared, when they were naming genuses and things like that, and yeah, it's very pretty. So yep, that's my little coffee book to go with the George Barbier book. I don't actually have a coffee table, so I might need to invest in one of those. Then the 3 other books that I got at the second-hand bookstore, oh, I got that off Book Depository as well, and unlike the George Barbier, it doesn't actually have the Japanese in English, so I will need to do some translating very slowly, probably take me several years, but anyway. So the 3 books that I got in Bendigo, the first was The Wind-Up Girl by Paolo, I don't know how to say his surname, Bacigalupi? Or Baci Galupi? Apologise, really bad at pronouncing things. But this has been on my radar for a really long time because I have read a few sort of steampunky things and really enjoyed it, and kind of like that aspect of fantasy that included steampunk type things. And I thought it was really interesting to have a person whose hobby is searching for foodstuffs thought to be extinct, hoping to reap the bounty of history's lost calories. Now, that is a very interesting idea for a hobby for a character, so I will hopefully tackle that at some point. It's another hardcover, when you probably heard my little rant about hardcovers on the last one, but it's a bit smaller than a Casual Vacancy, and maybe I'll have a weekend at home when I can tackle this and maybe finish it off rather than having to lug it with me. The next book is The Marriage Plot by Jeffrey Eugenides. Now, this was picked up because of booktubers who have been talking about the virgin suicide, and I think other people have been talking about Middlesex, which is his 2 other titles. Now, I have seen the Sofia Coppola virgin suicide movie with Kirsten Dunst. It's that's actually quite old now because it's pre-Marie Antoinette and that's old. But I haven't read anything by him, and I thought this sounded quite interesting because it kind of mixes up lots of things that are relevant to me. I can't remember where I saw it, but there's been like discussion on BookTube about books that involve reading. So The Book Thief, that involves reading, and this one seems to involve reading and study at university, which is something that I seem incurably addicted to. So it's about Madeline, who is writing her thesis on Jane Austen and George Eliot, authors of great marriage plots, which must be where the title comes from. It's not too thick, and I thought it was still in pretty good quality. Nick, given that it's white, and it's still white, so that's pretty good. And the last one is a slightly battered Penguin Books copy of A Handful of Dust by Evelyn Waugh. I really, really love these old school orange and white covered penguins. It's so soft on the outside, and it's tiny and thin and floppy, and the pages have started to yellow. And so even though it was actually the cheapest of the three, it has a lot more saleable qualities to me in book kind of appearance. I thought I would put this Evelyn Waugh book with my F. Scott Fitzgerald short stories that I had in my December book haul, and yeah, have a bit of a modernish classics not reread because I haven't read them, patch. But yeah, someone wrote on the front though, which is a bit sad. Yes, so I'm trying to think just while I'm here. I do have one other book which I got, which was Divergent by Veronica Roth, I think, and that is on my e-reader. And so I'm really hoping not to bring you any book hauls, but for the next foreseeable future. But if I do slip, I'll definitely let you know. Now I shall leave you after rambling for 7 minutes. And yeah, what books have people accidentally already acquired in January 2014 that they would like to talk about? And there's no judgment if you're not meant to be buying books. I won't tell anyone. It'll be fine. Bye!